You're watching the part 10th of the complete beginner guides to rigging course, and you can see these are all the parts available, so don't miss anything. If you mix them and watch, you wouldn't understand most of the basic parts, so make sure you watch them in proper order. And most importantly, please subscribe and like this video. So it's time to do the hand switches. So we need lots of hands. So what I usually do is, do not worry about struggling to draw everything. You can always use Google and search for like different finger positions, or just search for finger poses, and you're going to find too many images like this. Now this is really cool. So I traced some. So let me trace one and show you how I did it. So let's say you want to trace this. You just first have to flip the image so that it's so easy for you. Then get that brush tool and add a little bit of that fidelity to it, and then let's start from here. So I'm just going to go like that, and you can do this, you do this. So keep in mind, you don't have to be precise. I'm just using my mouse. I am just going doing this, and now you can go around and let it go and fill this as a group. Okay, I mean, just convert it to a group and you're good. So here I have reduced this one's opacity, so as this one's opacity I have reduced. So now here's the hard part. You see this circle right here, it's much more circular. You need the same thing here too. Now all you have to do is, let's say the hand size was only this much, then of course you will have to make it bigger. First see it, compare it with the other hand, see if this looks good, or from a far away like this, see if the fingers are same size. For me, yeah, it's kind of same. So also rotate this in the correct direction. If we are doing this, then this is wrong, this is wrong. You do not do this, because this is the front of the hand, this is the back. And just imagine you are rotating the hand, and where will that thumb be? The thumb should be right here, so thumb will be right there. So that's why we need to always remember to correctly flip them. So you just have to flip it to the correct direction, and I'm just going to place it like this, yeah, somewhere here. And now it's all about getting that pencil tool in for the pencil tool, and you just have to draw. Imagine that circle. But more than all of this, I think the most easiest way is from here create that circle, right? And at this point it's all about somehow connecting that circle and the hand. So in this case I would recommend select this pencil tool and start drawing. But you can also do one more thing. You can select the whole thing and get that shape builder tool and make sure all of this is a single group like that. So I'll just click drag connect and connect it like that. Now as you can see, it's a single group. Also all of this we can delete. Don't worry, if I select the whole thing and if I give that basic stroke, everything should look like this. Now it's all about selecting that point, doing this. Okay, I'll just push it as far as I can, selecting the other one, push it far as you can. And now if it's not smooth, get that smooth tool, and you just have to do something like this. Even for this side you can do something. Now that's pretty much it. It is awesome, cool. Maybe this one can be a little bit closer. If you are done, select the whole thing and group it. Now this one you don't need it anymore, just delete it. Now you know exactly where to place this on top of that circle and you're good to go. Now if I were to take that, and if I were to do that rotation, click there, and now when I rotate, as you can see how seamless this is, looks really cool and awesome. Now you can of course do the hand finger rigging, but it's way too complex, and I don't think you do at this point. Okay, you don't need to learn how to do finger rigging. So first learn all the basics thoroughly, then you can get into that finger rigging. But hand switches is awesome at the moment. So I'm just going to do one more with you, then I'll do the rest alone. So I'm taking this and just rotating it, putting it side by side and looking how even this one I can put here, and see this one looks a lot bigger. Also, most importantly, it should be a group. If it's a group, reduce its size while they are kept side by side. Also, they all should have the same stroke so that it's more easy to guess and tell if they are the same. Yeah, for me that size looks okay. So I'm just going to select it and remember put it like this and rotate. So going to put like right here and zooming out. Also I can reduce that opacity of all of this maybe. Yeah, I feel this one's okay. So if it's okay, select that circle, select the finger, take a copy. So now you can fix it. Maybe I feel like it can be a little bit far away, little bit there, and that should be all right. So you know what to do. Select the whole thing, get that shape builder and connect these and connect that. And while you're connecting, you will face a problem. That is because I have switched on the gap detection. I'm just going to remove it so that, yeah, now I have another problem to face. So I really need that gap detection because here you can see there's a huge gap here too. So many places there are gaps, so I will have to need to turn it on, but that's fine. Maybe I can get rid of this line later, or it removes that line too. Or else what I could do is I can select the whole thing. First of all, I'll ungroup this. I'll select the whole thing without this line, okay? So only without this line, I'll select the whole thing. I'll also delete these lines. So selecting all the thing without this, now I'll have something like this. Now I can get that tool and do that. Also here we created a line. So what I can do is I can get that path eraser tool and maybe I can erase the path like that, so it's not going to bother me. I think I'm good. So I'll select the whole thing and give that same color and group. Also, not to forget, this one should be fully curved, so as here, but that's not enough, so I'll be needing to use that smooth tool and do it by myself. I'm also going to redraw a little bit with that pencil tool. So redrawing a bit helps too. I think this is all good. So if I just delete this one, if I put this one right here, it just perfectly fits no matter which direction I rotate, it just perfect all the time. So I'm just going to get this, the fist, hand and rotate. But before rotating, you know what to do, put this to baseline and rotate them in the correct direction. So I feel like it's a bit bigger. Look at these fingers, they're a lot bigger. Now should be okay. Should be okay. Maybe can be a little bit smaller, but not going to do that. Putting it right here, keeping it maybe there. I think I'll also rotate this a bit. It should be okay. So I'm guessing I will take this line as straight line. This can be as it is, and that should fix the whole thing. So remember, select that, this, take a copy, and you don't need this, delete. So let's fix this. Select everything and merge them together. So here there is another problem, that is this one should go like that. So again I'm going to select the whole thing and merge them. Yeah, now these unwanted points you can select them and delete. So going to select those unwanted points, just deleting them. Okay, so I'm just going to group the whole thing, and now I just want to place it for a while there until I can fix this part. So I'm just going to get that pencil tool and just draw a straight line there. That's it. For this one can be almost something like that. I'm okay. Now when we rotate, it will be perfectly all right. Okay, so now let's talk about how do you do for the other side. All you have to do is select them and just flip them. So see, when you place them, it should look right. And also for the fist, so I'm just going to put it and see how it goes. And now see, it's not that bad, but the only problem is it's in the wrong direction. I should see the thumb here, right here. So you don't have to redraw, just delete that line and this won't be that much noticeable. So I think we are good. But for an example, just have a look. It is going to look perfectly alright for the other side. So this one looks more accurate, this one is not. So you'll have to go through this and find a different one. So when I do this, as you can see, in this case, this one suits a lot. So that should be the one here. And for this is fine. So also make sure to upload this image so that you can trace this if you want to, or trace the whole thing if you want to. Now, if he is pointing the left side with this, okay, it will be all right. But the problem is if he wants to point to the right side, he can only point with the right hand, this one, okay, like this. He can only point like this, because imagine he is pointing like this, then with the left hand it will look really odd and strange to look at this. So yeah, if you really want that, you have to draw the back view of the hand and you have to set for this one. Also, vice versa. most of the time, if you are going for that complex hand, you need the same view, the front view and the back view of the same finger. I mean, with the same hand, you should need two options. Because imagine maybe you wanted to point to the left side with the right hand, then when you do this, let's say you're doing this, this is really strange to do something like this, but you will get the idea now. If I delete this, if I take this part and keep it right like this, I will feel like it's really strange, not good at all. Yeah, that's why when you are doing a complex rig, if you want everything to be ultimately perfect, then you know what to do. You need two versions of both the hands. But for the finger to point in the back side of the finger, so this is the exact one we have here, so this won't be useful. So it's right here, see? It's here, it is this one, but all you have to do is make that finger, you just draw like this and you can easily get away. Maybe draw a little bit more and make it look like a pointing finger, and that's it, you are done. And you have two versions of that pointing finger, the back and the front view. But at this point I wouldn't really recommend you to do add all of these at the moment. But let's say you are animating something and on that time you really need that finger, then you come here and draw and add it to your list. It's so easy to add anything that we want later on. But I'm just going to have only these three and the same three rotated to the other side as well. So let's take all of this to a new window, and from here it's all about checking their line consistency. Select them and make sure they have the basic, and that should be okay. Also, all of this should be on individual layers. So I'm just going to go here to layers panel and click on that and press release to layer sequence, and now you just have to rename them correctly. So I have given, see, all these three right, but point, which is the pointing one, and the open hand, you can say open hand, and that one is the fist. So same thing, put it to the other side, but say just left. Alright, so I have renamed everything. This one we can say hand switches. So I just gave hand switches there. So remember to save this as hand and make sure it is SVG and press save. Now here, most importantly, so here let's select style elements and press OK. Alright, so let's go to that frame 0 because this is where we have to add those hands. But most importantly, if you add the other hands, it will not work because right now this hand is binded to this bone, so it will not work. So you just have to select that hand and get that bind tool, and it will show you red. If it show you this bold red line, that means it is binded. Now click here, see now this is unbinded, so you can bind and then unlink again. Now when we check our animation, see we get something like this. It just moves, but it doesn't really gets connected to the hand. So while you're at 0, you just have to import that hand, but keep in mind that while on Illustrator I drew the hand size to be much bigger, much larger, because this whole character was much taller in Illustrator. But now the whole entire character is looking small. So when you import that hand, of course that hand should look very big. So if I go to file, import, and then if I select SVG file and select that SVG file and press open, for all of this press OK, and it got imported. As you can see, it's much larger now. So here's that hand group. Also, if you notice, if you open it, it is not renamed properly, so we will have to rename it properly. So before I do anything, I'll make sure that I select them one by one. So I just selected this one with that selection tool, and now that stroke width we will have to increase it 10 point because we have the same 10 point here as well. But before we do add those 10 point, it's better I'm just going to undo, because first we will resize the whole thing. Okay, resize them and then put it like this because we have to finalize. So one more thing, I'm also going to remove this patch layer which is already there, so I can clearly see what's going on. So here's that right arm patch, I'm just going to delete it, we don't need it. And also I'm just going to hide it for a while so that it is obvious. Also, another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to select this layer, this arm layer, and put that outline to a very small number. Maybe this is enough for now. Now I'll be able to select that whole group, and I will be able to keep it like this and see if that looks like a circle. Yeah, for me this size is perfect. This hand size is perfect because now if I rotate it, it'll rotate properly. So I will fix its size. I'll also unhide that hand again. And now you can select all of these and add that 10 point. Also selecting that hand and just making sure that, look here, it is 10 pixels. So I'm selecting this, but I will have to select the whole thing by holding shift, all of these lines, and make sure to type at the top 10 so that it gets converted to 10 point. Also, if you need this to be round corner, you will have to select it and add that round corner in your style panel, but I'm just going to leave it for now. So to select the other hand, hold on Alt while you are in this tool, hold on Alt and right click, and now just click, because it's selected here, just click on it. So just hold down shift and select the other lines. So I selected a few and gave 10 because I couldn't tell which one to select, so that I'll do something like this. So if you want this to be obvious, then of course you can enable checker selection. And now if you hold down shift, you can really tell what you have selected, what you have not selected. So here, this part, I don't think that is needed anyway. We can delete it. So right, I'm just going to add that 10. So hold on, right click, hold on Alt and right click and select. So I have shift pressed and selected everything. I'm just going to give here 10. So I think I'm done with everything here. Now, as you can see, it's perfect. But do not forget about this one, because that has to be 10 as well. Now, this might happen to you because I gave 10 and all of a sudden this became way too big. Yeah, on a situation like that, just guess and put it to that 4 point. See, this one here is 4 points, so as that one, let's put it to that 4 point. So while I'm zoomed out, I'm definitely seeing that the thickness of this and this is currently not matching. As you can see, this has to improve at least like bit more than this. So at least this much, like 14, that should be all right. Yeah, so I'll quickly fix it. So here in this case, I'm just going to select only the outer ones. So outer lines and then give 14. See, when we zoom out now, the thickness seems to be fine and it's all matching. So I'm just going to select all the hands on the left and put it outside that main group, and also labeling it a color, and just temporarily I'm just going to hide them. Also, if you notice one more thing, as soon as I put them out of the group, okay, when I put them out of the group like this, the size has gone back to its original size. That is because while the time I made this small, I selected the hand group. This group itself made the group smaller, so that's why this happened. So maybe on a situation like this, you can select that group and you can click on the duplicate button so that the group got duplicated. Now you can move this group to a side and you can delete all these 3 layers. So if I open that group, this one, this one, this one, all these 3 I don't need. I'll keep only these 3. And to the other side, also this group, let's temporarily hide it because we will use them again later. But for now, this hand right here, in this I'll have to select all these 3 and delete them and only keep the hands only on the right side. Now you will have to rename this. I'm just going to give hand right. So this is the hand right, and all of these hands you don't really have to rename. Also this group, let's put it where this hand is. So I'm just going to pull it all the way down until I find that right hand. It is right here. So you'll have to take that right hand and you will have to put it inside that group, and as you can see, its size became small. So this is a problem. It's okay, I'm just going to make it bigger, and one more time I'm just going to place this. And I'm also reducing the opacity of it, so I can clearly tell if whatever I'm doing is correct or wrong. So I think I'll have to make it a little bit more bigger, and that should be all right. And of course you can compare with the other one, and maybe it's too big. I'm also selecting it and I gave 14 pixels. So yeah, that's not bad at all. Now you will have to hide this layer because we will have to now focus on these ones. So that's hidden. So I'll select the other one, select all the points and place it right here. Yeah, somewhere here like this. Now let's select the other one also and bring it in and place it right here, just like that. So I'll select the last one, press Ctrl A to select all the points and bring it right here. Okay, now as you can see inside this right hand group we have four. Okay, for total layers, I'm just going to put the opacity back this to 100 because I didn't put it. Alright, so this one you should convert it to a switch group. So let's right click and let's convert it to a switch group. So convert to switch. So now you will be able to see only one layer at a time. And when you open that group, you will be able to click to switch as well. So you can click, click, and click, click, click like that. So I should have made sure I do this in Illustrator, but I will have to do it here because look at this hand layer. This has a fill into it, white color fill, but this all of the rest of the hands has only outline. So that's a big problem, especially if you put it into a background or something, there won't be any fill. So it will look really odd. Also, the patch won't really work well. So now you will have to select one by one. So while that layer is selected, okay, you can get that freehand tool and you can give it a fill only. Okay, so let's remove that stroke and then now we have fill only, and you just have to draw like this. See, it doesn't take long and that layer should be selected, and just go around like this and just finish it off here. Now you will have a single shape like this. So while that select tool is selected, okay, while this is selected, press the down arrow key many times. I will press many times until it goes all the way back, right? So it's now all the way back, and now you just have to change its color. As you can see, you can easily change its color to white, and that quickly solved that problem. Also now the layer 3 as well as the 4, these are the only layers that are correctly done, right? So other two I'll do later, I'll fill it later, but for now I just want to quickly do this and show you how to switch layers. Now just hide this group and make sure that the arm, which is this, the arm should be directly below that group, right here, and that's mostly it. While the arm is selected, you will have to go to that patch, okay, create that patch, and here you choose that right arm, which is this. Okay, so I have chosen right arm and press OK. Now select this and put it above. Yeah, almost keep it like this. It will not work because you have to put this above that group, switch group. So let's put it not here, above, and now as you can see it's working. It's perfectly working, right? So let's place it somewhere here, and now if I open that group and if I switch, let's say layer 4, for the layer 4 also it's getting hidden, and for layer 3 and for layer 2 it doesn't work. So as for layer 1 it doesn't work. As you can see, we can still see this. For layer 4 it works, this it works, for everything else it will not work. I mean the other two it will not work because you know we have not filled it. So let's fix this very quickly. So select the layer 2 and get that freehand drawing tool, and I'm just going to quickly hide that patch tool because it's disturbing. Now I clearly know where I am. I have to press drag, so click drag like this and go here to finish it, and the color of that should be white, and press OK, and most importantly select it and send it to the back, right? Just press the down arrow key many times until it goes all the way to the back, and then again remember to put it to white color, and that's done too. Now for the layer 1, get that freehand drawing tool and start to draw. So I'm just going to do this. Alright, I'm done. Press that down arrow while the select shape tool is selected, and then send it to the back, and most importantly that font's color is white, and we are done. Now we can switch back to, I'm just going to hide this for a while, and now as you can see if I select that, working, and of course this one, let's enable the patch again, don't forget, and it is working for everything perfectly. All right, and now when you check the animation it will not work. If you go here, let's say, and see, it shows correctly, but see, it breaks because you didn't bind it properly. So let's go to that frame 0 and go and select that hand group while the hand group is selected. And so remember, while that group is selected, you have to get that bind tool, and then bind layer tool, and then click here on the group. Now it's binded. Now when we check the whole animation, See, the hand is moving perfectly fine, but of course that patch won't move because you didn't link the patch to. So remember, select that patch. We already did for the one that we deleted, so don't get confused. This is a new patch that we have created, right? We deleted the old one and this is the new one. So while that patch is selected, get that bind tool selected and just click right here, and that's mostly it. Even on here, see that circle is moving. That means if I switch this off, you can clearly see. Let's say I decided to change the hand here. So now I can decide, let's say I want right here, I want this one to change. So to do this, you will have to select that main group, the bone group, and now let's say while he is on 0, I want that this to be the default hand. Okay, so now throughout the entire animation, that is going to be the default hand, right? Now let's say maybe while he's doing this, okay, maybe we want to switch the hand to a different hand. Now remember, while you're on this group selected, go to that window and select this switch selection, and now select that group. Of course, let's get that group, and now you will be able to change it. I want this to be this one right here, and while he does this, alright, fine, maybe I will have this pointing, and while he does that, maybe let's change it to this one again, and now you can see it just changes seamlessly in one single frame perfectly right here. As you can see, it changes, and maybe here if you decided to change to maybe this one, and as you can see, it changed to that, and now we have that all the way throughout the animation until the end. That hand is going to stay there. Also, the best part about is, notice how visually you can see it plays here too. It's really cool to see that rotation of that hand and all. It's really helpful. Now I will leave this to you, but so what you're going to do is you're going to say this new ones. If I unhide, so your task is to put all of these three to this side one, and I just want to remind you, so follow this. It will be a lot easy for you if you can follow this. That is, so this is the order. First of all, this arm should be back right here, arm, and all of this should be inside a group called the hand group, and it should be a switch, and it should connect to the bone also. You can connect it later, and then remember this, the patch should be on top. So this is the order. Have a look at this order. Not most importantly, do not forget that this hand, your previous hand, if it's connected to the bone, if it's binded to the bone, then nothing else is going to work. So unbind it and make sure you do not connect this to that bone, connect the group to the bone itself in order to work. Just remember these small things. And whatever you do, most importantly, select those three important parts and give it a color. Let's say like red. Red for warning. I'm just going to give red because you are not supposed to change their order, or do not try to take anything else and put in between. Then if this order breaks, it will not work. So keep in the proper order. If you have not liked this video, please spend few seconds and subscribe to the channel as well. To watch the next video, click here. And once again, don't forget to subscribe.